guys, it's Stacy with Chapter Chicks, and it is haul week here at Chapter Chicks. I have two for review. I have my last Borders haul, and then I have a crazy story to tell you guys how I got so many of these books. It's my biggest book haul to date. It's 51 books. The ones that I got for a crazy amount, I'm going to run through really fast because they're well-known books, but I'm going to get started with the two I got for review, and I'll get through this as fast as I possibly can. The first one I got is After Obsession by Carrie Jones and Stephen E. Weddle. Carrie Jones wrote the Need series, and this one is about a girl named Amy who meets a Native American boy who helps her fight this demon who is possessing her. There is 4 stages to possession. It's invitation, infestation, obsession, and finally possession. This one is already out. It came out September 13th, I think, and they were supposed to send us a review copy, but they didn't, so they sent us one late. The next one I got is Pharmacology by Christopher Hertz, and this comes out December 6th, and this is from Amazon, so you guys are going to have to order it off of Amazon. This is about a girl named Sarah who gets recruited by this pharmaceutical company to promote a new drug towards young people, and as she's going around pushing this drug on people, she realizes that there's horrible effects to it. Hopefully it turns everybody into zombies, because that would be cool. So now I'm going to start off with my last border haul, guys. This is so sad. Ugh, I'm so sad. These next 3 I showed in the subber tag. These are from Classics Deluxe Edition. So I'm really looking forward to collecting these because there's 1,000 titles in these, and these are their new covers. The first one I got is Persuasion. These all have paper wings in them. If you don't know what it's about, by Jane Austen. It's about a couple who's been together for a while, and they have to convince each other of why they fell in love and that they have to stay together. So I haven't read this Jane Austen one yet. Not this copy, but the Persuasion in general I have not read yet. The Bone People. This one is about a girl. It's set back in the day, and it's a girl who's been exiled from her family. She lives alone in a remote area, and then a guy comes in from this tribe and comes and kidnaps her, or tries to kidnap her, and he gives her his most valuable possession, and I guess they kind of fall for each other. But I'm really looking forward to this one. It kind of reminds me of The Last of the Mohicans, and I really like The Last of the Mohicans. It's even got translations in it for his native tongue in the back. That's so cute. The Girl's Guide to Hunting and Fishing by Melissa Bank. This one is about a girl who kind of discovers herself through dating, through work. It's kind of like a very Bridget Jones diary type thing. The next one I got I'm kind of bummed about because it was Borders going out of business, so of course there's not very many books there. But I thought I got lucky and got the first one in the Fairy War Chronicles. But I didn't. This is the 5th and last book in that series. So yeah, I have to go and collect all these now, but the series looks really good, and I'm looking forward to getting the first one. I'm really into fairies right now. The next one I got is Grace by Elizabeth Scott. This is about an angel who's named Grace, and she has been brought up to be like a suicide missionary angel, and she does not want to die for this cause, so she runs away, and then she has problems with all that. But I love the cover. I think it's really beautiful. Buffy the Vampire Slayer Bind Up #2. This one has Halloween Rain, Bad Bargain, and After Image in it. The first one was okay. I'm hoping the series will pick up a lot more in this one. 6th book in the Soup series by Kate Tiernan. I am on book number 5. Beauty Queens by Libba Bray. I've seen Lizzie's book review on this, and she just said it was an amazing book. It's about a group of beauty queens whose plane crashes. There's the plane. On an island, and yeah, so they have to survive. So I guess it's kind of like Lost meets Beauty Queens, if that makes sense. The first in the Cirque du Freak series, A Living Nightmare. This is by Darren Shan, and I've heard really good things about this. I've just heard all kinds of amazing things about is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. To be quite honest, from the cover, I thought it was going to be very chick lit-ish. But I've heard nothing but good things about this book. It's about a girl named Anna who moves to Paris, and then she meets a guy there. So looking forward to seeing what all the hype is about this book. I like the Eiffel Tower on the side. That's pretty. Grimm's Fairy Tales. This was a very expensive copy. I was going to buy it a long time ago from Borders, but it's like $18. But then I got it on sale for like $4, I think. and it's Grimm's Fairy Tales, and it's got pictures in it, and it's a really cool looking copy. I mean, I'm really glad that I got to get this. My next and last one from Borders, I have another one, but I gave it to a friend of mine who's in the hospital so she can read it. So I'll show it to you. She's out now. She's fine, I guess. I don't really know what's wrong with her. Her legs are swollen up for no reason. But when I get it back from her, I'll show you it in my next haul. But this one is the last one in the haul for now. The Borders haul. It is Jane Eyre, the graphic novel by Charlotte Bronte, and yeah, I just love it. I love Jane Eyre. It's one of my favorite books, and I seen this graphic novel, and it was like all bent up on the shelf. Nobody wanted it. And I'm like, oh, you can come home with me, and it was the last one, and it's like originally $17. I think I got it for $3. If you're wanting to get this, make sure it has the orange sticker. That's the fuller version. The green ones is a very short, very hurried up snippet of the book. So my Joseph Beth haul I'm going to break down into two parts, because the second time I went, I have two big stories to go with each time that I went, so I'm just going to break it up into two parts so I can tell the story as I go. The first time I went, Joseph Beth was having a really big sale, and also it was the first time we went to check out Joseph Beth and Barnes & Noble. So first story, go to Barnes & Noble, and I just read The Iron King, and I really wanted to pick up The Iron Daughter and The Iron Queen because I just finished the series and I was like obsessed with getting the next two. Barnes & Noble only had The Iron Daughter. They didn't have The Iron Queen. We were looking at these prices in these books, and we were really disappointed with it. We had very little money on us, and we could only get like 2 books a piece. We decided to go to Joseph Beth and put all the books that we got back. But I wanted to get this one just in case Joseph Beth didn't have it. The Iron Daughter is the second one in the Iron Fey series by Julie Kagawa. Well, as soon as we get to Joseph Beth, what do I see when I walk in? The worst thing ever. It made me so mad. Julie Kagawa was just at Joseph Beth for a signing, so they had all these copies of the Iron Fey series signed. And what did I do? Not 5 minutes before, bought the Iron Daughter for more than I would have bought a signed copy at Joseph Beth. So next time we go to Joseph Beth, we're going to try to get some signed copies for you guys. Yeah, but at least I got the third one signed, The Iron Queen, and Jessie now has her whole series signed. Joseph Beth was having a big sale on children's books. Children's books to them include YA, so we got a bunch of YA books for ridiculously cheap. Bind Up one in the Fallen series. It is about a guy who is half angel, half mortal, and it feels strange. His name is Aaron, and he's being followed around by this guy, and this guy tells him that since he is half and half, I think it's called a Nephilim, when they're that, I don't know. But he says that he has the ability to redeem the fallen. So I heard there was a girl who stopped me and Jessie and Joseph Beth, and she told us that these were amazing. And I got this one for $3. So yeah, 2 books for $3. So I got this Bind Up, and the spines are really cool too. Bind Up I got at Joseph Beth sale is Thirst by Christopher Pike. It's got human urges and fatal consequences in it. I got this one for $3.50. It's about a girl who is a vampire who fights her vampire urges, but she feeds but does not kill. She lives alone, but then her maker comes back to hunt her, so she has to break the rules to survive. These have been out for a while, and I've always seen them but never picked them up. So yeah, I'm finally glad that I got this Bind Up. I got a lot of Bind Ups, but I've been wanting for a while. Dark Visions Bind Up by L.J. Smith. I got this one for $4. It's got Strange Powers, The Possessed, and The Passion in it. These are about kids who are gifted and cursed. They all have kind of like telepathic or psychic abilities. Yeah, and she is stuck between 2 guys. One of them is a telepath, and the other one is a healer. So I love L.J. Smith. Old Magic. The tagline on it is an extraordinary powers, a dangerous curse, and an undeniable passion. It is about a girl named Katie who is in witchcraft, and she can sense people's powers, and she senses a guy named Jarrett's powers, and they find out that his powers is linked to a century-old curse. It's the first one in the Summer series, This Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. I seen this book on Rima's channel, and I thought it looked really good. It's about a girl whose family goes to a summer vacation house every summer. She's kind of grown up with the 2 boys who live next door who have a summer house right besides hers, and there's one summer where she comes back. I guess she's grown into her womanness, and the two brothers kind of fight over her. So it's very chick-lit-ish sounding, but I was really intrigued by it. The Power of Six by Pedicus Lore. This is the second one in the Lorien Legacy series. I really liked I Am Number 4. I know a lot of people didn't, but I will do a review on that soon. But I liked it, and I'm looking forward to continuing the series. Shift, this is the sequel to Shade by Jerry Smith Reddy, and I really liked Shade. I will do a review on it soon to let you guys know what these are about. Okay, time for story number 2, guys. It was the last day of Borders closing down, and when Borders closed their walled-in chain, they took all the books that they didn't sell and they threw them in the dumpster. So me and Jessica has gotten an idea in our heads that when Borders closed, there's going to be boxes and boxes of books that they didn't sell out by the dumpster. After Borders closed down, we went to the back of Borders to see if there was any books that they threw away, and there wasn't. Jessie was like, well, let's go to Joseph Beth. That's all the way down in the city. And my car is on its last leg. People keep telling me not to drive my car very far because it's going to eventually lock, the motor's eventually going to lock up. We're like, we really want to go to Joseph Beth. We were expecting some free books, and now we didn't get any books. We want to go to Joseph Beth now. And we're like debating back and forth. Our mother told us not to go down to Joseph Beth in that car. I only have $6 in my pocket to spend in books. And I'm like, screw it, let's go. So we go down to Joseph Beth. 5 minutes from Joseph Beth, my car starts making this awful grinding noise. We putt into Joseph Beth parking lot, and we kind of are like, let's go into Joseph Beth, buy our books, and worry about it later. So we're in Joseph Beth, we're looking for books. We're realizing more and more as it's getting later and as it's getting dark time and as Joseph Beth is about to close, that the car is not going to make it home. So we're sitting in the car, and we were stuck down in the city for like 3 hours. We had to wait for somebody to come get us, and it broke my car. So me and Jessica kind of had a low point, like where we realized our book buying obsession kind of has consequences because we knew better. We knew we shouldn't have went down there, and we were stuck down in the city. Yeah, so me and Jessie kind of hit a low point. There's part 2 to this story, so hold on. Books I got down there that night is the second one in the Cirque du Freak series, A Vampire's Assistant, by Darren Shan. Jessie actually bought this one, but it was a rebuy for her. She didn't realize she already bought this one, so she gave it to me, and she only bought it for $3, so it's a free book for me. Jessica's Guide to Dating on the Dark Side by Beth Fantasky. Jessica's read it. She said it's really, really good. So it's about a girl has to marry. She finds out she's a vampire princess, and she has to marry another vampire. So she said it was really good. The Listening at the Gate is the first one in the Secret Chronicles. It is by Betsy James. It's about a girl who is kind of like a dystopian novel, I guess, and she lives in this native village, and a man appears out of the depths of the sea, an outsider to take her, but a war breaks out, and the girl's brother is then taken, so she has to travel to the gate where the world was born to get him. Yeah, these are the 3 books that I destroyed my car to get, so yeah, but the car is fixed now. It only costs $50 to fix it, but so like these 3 books, even though it only says $3 because I got 2. You only had $6, and I got 2 books for $6. Even though I only paid $6 for these, it really cost me $50 because I broke my car on the way down there getting them. So part 2 of the story. I know you guys are so excited for this. The next day, me and Jessica are feeling kind of bad. Like we did something we shouldn't have done. We're feeling like we're bad chapter chicks. Like our book buying obsession or addiction that we call it is actually an addiction, and maybe we do have a problem buying books because we know we shouldn't have went down there on our last dollar to get these books because we inconvenienced everybody and having to come get us, even though they all told us not to go down there. The next day, the book fairy answered our prayers, and all of these people on our road started to have yard sales with all these books for a quarter. So even though we had a very bad last buying experience at the bookstore, all of a sudden it's like, oh, all these books for a quarter on our street. So we went crazy. That's where all these are coming in from. So I'm going to run through them real quick because a lot of them are old copies. The first one I got is Alison Hoffman's Practical Magic. If you've seen the movie with Sandra Bullock, you know what this is about. It's about 2 sisters who are witches. I finally got me a Stephen King book. This one is Stephen King's A Grendel's Game. I have no idea what it was about because all that's on the back is a picture of Stephen King. But Jessica is the one who got all the cool Stephen King books, so if you're a big Stephen King fan, watch her Borders haul on or watch her haul on Wednesday because she's the one who got the most of the Stephen King ones. Little pocket size book of Edgar Allan Poe, Tales of Mystery and Terror. I used to have a couple of these when I was growing up. I don't know what I did with them. I don't even know what these are called. Illustrated Classics Editions by Moby Books. But I used to have a couple of these, and they have a picture on each thing. So yeah, I thought it was a cute little Edgar Allan Poe pocket book, and I love Edgar Allan Poe, one of my favorite authors. A Gallery of Horrors. I just seen that Stephen King was one of the authors on this, and I wanted to get more Stephen King books. 7. This is rated the second scariest movie ever after The Exorcist, and it's about the 7 deadly sins. If you haven't seen the movie, it's about these 2 detectives who are trying to find this serial killer who's going around portraying these 7 deadly sins. Really good movie. So a lot of these are very, very old books. I'm just trying to run through them. I found this Reader's Digest. I've seen a lot of these in the yard sale, but I didn't pick them all up. Apparently Reader's Digest came out with one of these every year, and this is the 1956 edition, book 3 in that edition, and this one I got because it has Old Yeller in it. And if you see these, I don't know if these are worth any money, but they got pictures throughout them. Next one I got is probably the best buy that I've got out of it. Is called The Treasure of Nugget Mountain, and I just thought it was a cute book, and I came home and I looked it up online. It was published in 1902. This book is worth $75 on eBay, and I got it for $25. So I'm really excited about that. So I think it's a cute little addition. It's A Midnight Visitor. I'm actually planning on reading this because it looks really good. It's about somebody who breaks into this woman's house, and I don't know if he kidnaps her or what, but it looks really good, and it was published in 1939. Oh, but it stinks. 100 Vicious Little Vampire Stories. Again, got it for $25. I love vampires, so I wanted to go through and see what was in this. The Black Dahlia Files. This is actually a case study about the Black Dahlia thing that went on that I really don't understand. But I'm actually planning on running through this real quick, but I can't show you pictures and stuff because it's like the actual case file of the Black Dahlia murder. So I don't know why, but I'm like, ooh, Black Dahlia. The next old-time book that I got is The Patriot. It is a 1939 edition of this. And if you've ever seen the Mel Gibson movie, this is what this is based off of. It's about the war that actually happened in America. I got another copy of To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. So yeah, just wanted to get another copy of it. In the Fall by Jeffrey Lint. I picked this one up because what it is, it actually looks really interesting. It follows a generation of women. So I think it's like 5 generations that it starts off with each of their life stories. So I thought that was going to be an interesting read, so I picked that one up. Probably my favorite Nicholas Sparks movie is Message in a Bottle, and I heard that a lot of his stories are not as good as everyone puts them out to be. It's about a guy whose wife dies, so he puts messages in a bottle and to send her notes and stuff on what's happening with him, and then a reporter in New York finds him and hunts him down. I could never find book 1 and 2. But I happened to find them in the yard sale. It's book 1 and 2 in the Septimus Heap series. It's like a wizardy world, and they kind of look like little journals. So I've been really wanting to check out the Septimus Heap series. So finally found book 1 and 2 at a yard sale. Who thunk it? Who would thunk it? You guys know I really like these old nasty books. I do. The next old nasty book I got is The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. This one was published in 1817, and it is falling apart. It is so old. I mean, ooh, I accidentally just ripped a page. But look how old and stained it is. And look at the page I just ripped. I just ripped it. Looked it up online. It's not worth anything. So if you're thinking, ooh, it's worth a lot of money. No, it's not worth anything. I don't know if you guys noticed on my bookshelf, but I have a very old copy of Little Women that I'm very proud of. But then when I was at the bookstore or these yard sales, I found the rest of that classics set. I don't know if this is not the full classic set, but I have the Little Women to this one, and I seen this one, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's to my Little Women set. So I picked them up. This one is 2 Years Before the Mask, Lassie Come Home, Black Arrow, Oliver Twist, and whoa, Captain Courageous. This wasn't really like like brand new book haul, but it was like a bunch of old copies, but I love old copies of books, and anytime I see them I grab them up. Jessica also, like I said, has got a lot of cool yard sale finds. I need to stop buying books. Jessica keeps trying to get me to go to, and I'm like, no, I'm only going to go once a month now, for sure, once a month, because I have problems. Sorry for all the old books in this book haul, guys, but they're new books to me, and I try to put every new book that I purchase in a book haul. That way I don't have to do so many bookshelf tour updates, so you guys know what's going on my shelf that is new, that's not in the videos. Book hauls are getting on your nerves. Just let me know, and I will take them out next time, and you guys can just see the old books I get when I do the tour again. That was my big book haul. If you guys are still watching this, thank you for sitting through the whole thing. I tried to get through it as fast as I possibly could. So this is Stacy with Chapter Chicks. I hope you enjoyed the haul, guys, and this haul was for you. Bye, guys.